Oh yeah.
Hit him. Hit him. Turn that. Better turn that guy a little more there, Junior.
Look good yet? All right, you guys, good morning. We are welcoming today with my box. So I'm not sure if a lot of you guys have or have not seen this. This is actually my 92 town car. This is a Gambler 500 spec car, basically. It's got a full toolkit in the trunk, which I'll show you in a minute. Fully redone interior, which it's locked, of course, because that actually works. It's been sitting under a tree for 2 months. So that's the whole reason it's here. But it raced in the Broha, which there's their Instagram if you're curious about what that is. And it podiumed, I think, like 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row. I don't know. It's been on the podium, I think, twice. And I think it got second and third. I don't think it ever won. But yeah, very competitive car. 456 gears, fully spooled, you know, Crown Vic drivetrain, basically 4.6, two valve in it. I went ahead and I put full suspension seats in it, so now it actually is really comfortable. They are on power sliders. You can see those work. They work better when the car is running. Full AC, which does work beautifully. Full tilt telescoping wheel. It does have a CB setup in it, so I can hear people. It's got a third seat in the back. It's got a custom stapled headliner for textured finish. I got some race club harnesses in here, kill switch, all the good stuff. Custom cup holder, because you definitely need that. And all the other goodies. So yeah, this thing's pretty fun. But unfortunately, nobody really watches the videos I've made it with it in the past. It's a super fun car to drive. It's got FabTech coil springs out of a Ford Ranger in the front of this thing. It's on 31-inch tires. These are E-rated tractor trailer tires. The sidewall's super stiff. Yeah, and even the power locks work. So you can see everything works on this car. It's actually really impressive. But I'll go ahead and I'll pop this open just so you guys can see what I was talking about if you haven't seen it before. This is super cool. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the car, is I kind of open it up and we're kind of hanging out. So before I got it, my auto shop is the ones who built this at my high school, but I had put this little toolbox setup. So they had put the fuel cell in the trunk so it didn't get ripped out from under the car. So this is actually supposed to go in front of this little wall right here. They put it in the trunk so it didn't get ripped out from under the car. I went ahead and I made this little thing. So this is a Harbor Freight jack right there. Got some 1x1 steel. Backpack slot right here, toolbox slot right here. These are for my cowboy boots when I have boots, because you need those. And then this is for the ice chest when it goes there. And then I have a little chair slot up there. So fully set up to go camping. This is what I take out to the desert all the time. Super fun. Hope you guys want to see videos on it. Let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to make some more stuff with this car. But anyways, I'm kind of like doing some chores today. So this is like the one thing I've been neglecting doing, because this car's been sitting for like 2 months. Like I said, the last time I drove was on my birthday after the desert trip we took. But you can see the roof's full of junk. This has been sitting under a tree at my friend's house. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this turd and clean it up, because it kind of deserves it. And then we're gonna work on the Galaxie a little bit. Well, the car's clean, but I managed to like literally gouge myself right on my forehead. I turned and hit the corner of the trunk, and the corner of the trunk has a piece of trim on it that's sharp and it's stainless, and that hurt a lot. So ugly turd's clean. Now I'm gonna go get some food and take this thing to the only place that it can afford. You know, it's very ironic with this car is it's very underestimated. It looks really bad, but I mean, it's incredibly comfortable. The seats are amazing, and this thing drives like you would imagine a lifted Crown Vic to drive. Pretty amazing. It walks all over the place a little bit, but it's comfortable. The air conditioning works amazing, and it gets over 20 miles to the gallon. So what can you complain about? I mean, this thing's great. I love it. Ah, there we go. Best place ever. Thanks so much. Oh, it actually fit in the cup holder. Oh yeah. Look at that. It actually fits. I'm stoked. All right, now let's actually get back home and actually do like some productive things. All right, guys, back to regular scheduled programs. So we got the Galaxie. It's just been kind of mocked up to kind of get the ride height set and where I want it. I got a couple little pinhole patches I got to do, so I might start doing some of that stuff. You can see the back of the car's done. It's all together. Everything's, you know, welded, looks good. Just need to spray some primer on everything so it doesn't, you know, corrode. But, you know, this thing looks really good with the new sheet metal in it. Shout out to Automo Direct for all the panels in this car. It came out perfect. So I think I'm gonna tackle all the little things, then get the suspension back together, as it's kind of just chilling there. So that's the thing. And then I'll go ahead and I'll put the car back on its own weight and get it rollable. And then maybe later today when I get some of my friends to come help me push this turd, push it out of here and move it to the other side of the house. And it probably sounds pretty crazy, but we're actually like almost ready for paint for this thing. I mean, they're gonna do the sanding and priming and fill work and prep work for that. But the sheet metal was the part that I didn't want to spend money on, so that's why I taught myself how to do it on this car. So after these little rust repairs are done, all the little tiny ones that are pretty quick and easy, this thing's about ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all that tedious little welding work done and get this thing back on its own weight. I went ahead and I dug out some more trim that I had for this car. It actually came off of this car now that I was thinking about it, because the previous owner had filled in all of the dents with Bondo, so he never had trim on the back of it because the back of the car was bent. Blah, blah, blah. You guys get all that. You guys have seen it all. Trim makes this thing look amazing on the back end with the taillights and everything. So these are 500 XL taillights. They look a little bit better in my opinion. The custom and the other ones, they don't have these little fins, so I think these look better. But yeah, trim's definitely a must on this car, so I'm gonna have to order another set. I do need this. I need just the trunk piece. I have these extensions, I have everything else. I need to get another lock piece, and I need to, because there wasn't even a lock in this car, filled that in too. So I need to get this piece and then these two bars, because this is off of this car. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the trunk gaps all set up and squared away and call that a good. Man, I get so close every single time to having like something go so well in one day. And I mean, the car looks amazing, minus the fact that I remembered that the back tires rub really bad at this ride height. So I'm gonna make it go lower. But with the current setup, it doesn't roll very well. And that's because I don't have the little alignment blocks that actually like that center the rear end left and right on the car. So it's actually like an inch too far to the left. So it's rubbing on this side. Like it doesn't go down if I push on it on this side at all, but I have some travel on this side of the car. So I'm kind of realizing that the rear end is like physically, like you can even see it. If you look at that gap, wheel gap wise, and you come over here, it is way tighter on this side. The rear end is definitely more this way. So it's hitting the outer wheelhouse as it always has been. So it doesn't really roll very well, which kind of sucks because I kind of wanted to roll it out of here today, but we'll see how far we get. I think if I get enough guys, like if I have 4 guys to push this turd, I think I can get it moved. So I'm gonna try it anyways. Now I wanna go ahead and put the wheels on this car so I can get this one back on the ground because we're gonna ultimately swap spots with the 2 cars. I can't even wait to show you guys what this car is gonna look like with the 4-link setup that we're getting for this car. This thing's gonna be laid on the ground. It's gonna be awesome. Alright guys, so now you can see the difference between the wheel spacer and no wheel spacer. That's why I'm like, ooh, look at that wheel gap, ugly. But because I'm going as low as I'm going, I kind of don't have much of a choice. But you can see it actually, well, it's actually moving now, which just shows how much it was rubbing before. But yeah, I hate looking at that. That's like big gap. Not a fan at all. So I have a feeling I might cut up the outer wheelhouse and beat the crap out of it to get it to come out that extra inch. This was the spacer I was running, so it's really not much, but it's obviously it makes a big difference with the look of the car. There's no spacers on the car at all right now, and it's tight on the leaf springs. But you know, you guys know we're not keeping the leaf springs, so it doesn't really matter. But just look at this. So that gap's not really too big a deal, right? That one's okay. Like we can live with that one. This one, however, this just shows how crooked my rear end is. It's touching. Literally touching. You can see it right there. So yeah. But it does look good at this ride height. I love it. I think I want to go like another 2 inches all the way around, and I think that'll be just so perfect. I was gonna say you probably wouldn't want to get around the start of that. Roll that one back forward. Oh, that car looks good now. Oh, look at that fucking hot rod.
Saw the wheels.
Yeah, oh, totally. 100%. All right, this is actually pretty cool. It's the first time I've been able to see this car like on the other side of the house in like one piece. Actually, I gotta go get the grill for this thing. All right, now it looks a lot better. It's the first time I've actually seen this car with all the trim on the side of it like it should. It's just kind of thrown on there, but everything fits, which is good. I mean, you guys know I didn't mess with this side of the trim on this car. But now on the harsh lighting, you can see any little perfection or imperfection I had on this, which isn't much. There's no filler. Got the trim on the back of it for the first time. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Everything's kind of just mocked up, but you can see all my gaps look good. Looks like the panels in there perfectly straight. Really happy. The only thing I'm missing is the centerpiece and the trunk lock, but that looks pretty dang good all the way through. I'm really happy with this. You can see this fender isn't really, alright, whatever. It's only one piece. This is where it's gonna stay for right now. I'm liking that ride height too. It's gonna go a little lower, but looks pretty good. All right guys, so that wraps it up with this car. Sorry it's a little bit of a shorter video. I'm trying to get on a little better upload schedule for you guys to have more stuff to watch. So this car's gonna sit here for a minute while I start working on the other car. I've got to get this big axle out of the way. I went ahead and I bought a Super 60 out of a F250 or 250, I don't even remember. It's a big ass axle. I got a good deal on it, and so I bought it. But anyways, that's got to leave. So once that thing leaves, we can pull the Galaxie forward, start cutting up the back of it again, lay this thing on the ground, get its static ride height a lot lower than what it is now, or a little bit lower. Maybe I think we're going about 2 inches lower than where it sits right now. We're doing a little bit nicer stuff. Instead of cut springs in the front and some lowering blocks in the back, we're going to do an axle coilover in the front, coilover in the rear with a 4-link. So stay tuned for that. I cannot wait to show you guys what we got going on for that. But I'm going to finish you guys off with a little bit of a montage on this car. So hope you guys going to enjoy today's video. Leave a like if you did. Likes are really pushing my videos out there right now, so thank you guys a ton that have been. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video with this car. You're not going to want to miss it.